found a low you've never seen. I wish I never saw coming. Hit me in waves just like the sea. I wish I never started running away. But I keep searching till it starts burning. 'Cause when it hurts, at least I know I'm learning. Don't forget me in the fire. Don't you let me lose a flame. So protect me from desire. I get lost in the fear. You're the flame, you're the flame, you're the flame. I lost a high I can't explain. I wish I had seen it coming. Give me a heart that I can tame. Wish I wasn't always running away. So I keep searching till it starts burning. 'Cause when it hurts, at least I know I'm learning. Don't forget me in the fire. Don't you let me lose the flame. So protect me from desire. I get lost in the fear. You're the flame, you're the flame, you're the flame. You're the flame, you're the flame, you're the flame. You're the flame, you're the flame, you're the flame. Don't give up and don't give in. You gotta lose before you win. So don't give up and don't give in. You gotta lose before you win. Don't forget me in the fire. Don't you let me lose the flame. So protect me from desire. I get lost in the fear. You're the flame, you're the flame, you're the flame. You're the flame, you're the flame, you're the flame. You're the flame, you're the flame, you're the flame. You're the flame, you're the flame. I get lost in the fear. You're the flame, you're the flame, you're the flame.
Well, I got some habits that I ain't quit. And I got some awful, dirty, nasty, evil tricks. Well, I got piles of trash, got layers and layers of scars. Got a lot of junk to get through to get to this jaded old heart. But you blew in like a warm breeze in the spring. You shake off the dust, you bring a green back to everything. And I fight with myself more than I will ever fight with you. The loving you give makes me feel like there is nothing I can't do. There ain't no way I'm gonna let you go, baby. There ain't no way I'm gonna let this slip away. There ain't no way I'm gonna let you go, baby. There ain't no way I'm gonna let this slip away. Well, there are places, real dark places that I'll hide. And I got poisons, oh, so many poisons to ease my mind. And I'll drift away even when you're holding me tight. Got a lot of repairing left to do to make everything alright. But there ain't no
If you give a little more than you take, and if you try to fix more than you break, if you're the kind that takes the time to help a stranger in the rain, there's a place for people like you. If you stand up for those down on their knees and lend a voice to those who cannot speak, if you shine a little light, give sight to the ones who lost the way, there's a place for people like you. I've heard up there the streets are made of gold.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Wow.
I believe when your days down here are through, there's a place up there.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
If you walk around with your heart on your sleeve, and if you try to be the change you wanna see, if you lay down your life for love so someone could be saved, there's a place for people like you. I've heard up there the streets are made of gold, and when you get there, there's a hand to hold. I believe when your days down here are through, there's a place up there for people like you. The streets are made of gold. When you get there, there's a hand to hold. I believe when your days down here are through, there's a place up there for people like you. I know you're out there, so keep doing what you do, 'cause there's a place up there for people like you.
never regret. I wanna know, can you tell me, am I in love to stay? Take me to the river and dip me down. Won't you cleanse my soul and put my feet on the ground? Oh, take me to the river right now. Take me to the river right now. Take me to the river right now. Only take me to the river right now. Then I know I'll leave it. Only you wash me down. Then I know I'll leave it. Take me to the river and wash me down. Won't you cleanse my soul and put my feet on the ground? Oh, take me to the river and wash me down. Won't you cleanse my soul and put my feet on the ground? Oh, take me to the river right now.
Cintamu muji bakakce Nasulu kuca sehtaka Kaku kirtaring cipse Miikelmu serasin rungat laftu Nasu ya gudak Kaku kirtaring cipse Miikelmu serasin rungat laftu Nasu ya gudak yorni yuinate Asir girls me with Ikayos kumaya ko taring ngay tachi matjeni witingani yakir naksuni yasig miloni nakani yaning Ikayos kumaya ko taring ngay tachi Tangas kumarito Tangas miwita
Maya ka ng Smurfy. Did you ever go Maya back? When you go ice, huh? Hopping on the ice. In the springtime, that's when all the ice breaks up. And there's lots of floating pieces of ice.
Yes. Testing, testing. Sound okay? A little bit. What if I go louder? Good? Hello. Waka.
So when I do it,
Is it loud? Should I project?
you gotta project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear that back there, everybody? Yeah, Koyana.
Yeah, you gotta get your teacher one, yeah. Even though it's a mic, you think it's a microphone, it's gonna, you're amazing.
everybody. Welcome. Please come in and find some seats. We're going to go ahead and get started here once folks settle down. Good. Good morning. Good morning. There we go. Chmai. Huinga atcha maugluviluk. Churiur miungunga doltaram mani witelachtor anchorjami. Abauglaka, the late Henry Bavila of Aleknagik. Mauglaka, the late Mary Bavila of Togyak. Atika Ken Brockman of Carson, Iowa. Anika Serena Tennyson of Togyak. Good morning, my name is Emily Maugluviluk Brockman. It's with great honor that I'd like to welcome you to the start of our first ever in-region language summit. The first time that I had ever heard someone do their introduction in Yupik, I was so impressed. I thought, man, they really know how. But if I was really being honest, I would also say that there was a part of me that was really jealous, that really wanted to be able to connect with that part of who I was. I was scared. And I couldn't imagine, even 5 years ago, being able to do that, my Yupik introduction in front of a crowd 5 years ago. But at Culture Camp, we crossed that bridge and we crossed that fear, and here we are today, representing our languages in front of you. This is a perfect example of a quote that I would like to share from our Bristol Bay Indigenous Language Strategic Plan. Our languages are not dying. They are going dormant. Our languages are not dying. They are going dormant. This idea shifts about how we think about our work. It reminds us that language is still here, still within us, if we are willing to learn, willing to share. It is held in all of our people and here within our communities. When I do my Yupik introduction, I'm telling everyone in this room who I am connected to. And that's what language is about. It is about relationship, and it is about connection to each and every one of you in this place. The reason that we are here is because you wanted us to be here. I wanted you to be here. We wouldn't be hosting language summits unless it is exactly what our communities and every single person in this room wanted. It reflects the strength of what has happened and what is going to come. The Bristol Bay Indigenous Language Summit brings together our 3 Bristol Bay languages and groups: Dinaina, Yupik, Alutiiq. We have elders, we have speakers, we have dancers, we have educators, and now, again, we are so proud to host. Quyana for having me, and let's have a great summit. I'd like to invite Patrick, our board member, to come up and invoke a prayer to kick off our ceremony.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Good to be back in Bristol Bay, especially here in my hometown of Naknek. So glad to see many of you, and I look forward to seeing you later today. But we'll go ahead and say a prayer before we get started. Lord, thank you for being here with the Language Summit in Bristol Bay. Thank you for all those that made it here safely and those that weren't able to make it. Be with them. Let's have a good time of talking about culture and language. The future is bright. There's a lot of interest here, a lot of people willing to make this happen. Thank you for the time together. Have a good time and be able to celebrate. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Yay. Brianna Patrick. I would also like to invite up Miss Judy Joe, one of your own. Judy Joe wears many, many hats. She serves on our language steering committee that helped to bring this language summit to you. She represents United Tribes of Bristol Bay and is also a Naknek tribal member. So I'd like to invite Judy Joe to say a few words. Brianna.
Awesome. Good morning, everybody. I had to write my stuff down because I can't remember it all. So waka, chamai, winga, atka, Judy Joe. So yeah, I'll just start. Good morning, friends, family, colleagues, coworkers, and cousins. Welcome to the Language Summit. Miles informed me that I have 45 minutes this morning for the welcome address, so bear with me. I hope you guys have a fresh cup of coffee. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Judy Joe Matson. I serve as a president of the Naknek Native Village Council, and I also work with United Tribes of Bristol Bay. I sit on various regional boards and committees, standing up here this morning to welcome all of you into our community fills me with pride. I want to express my deepest gratitude to everybody who made this language summit possible. I won't attempt to name all of you personally, as I would surely risk missing somebody. I am truly honored that the planning committee chose to hold the summit here in Naknek, bringing us back into the region, back into our communities, and specifically the native village of Naknek. Speaking for myself, growing up here in Naknek, I did not often hear our native language spoken. My family taught me singular words here and there. In recent years, however, our tribes, our schools, our community, and our regional organizations have made great strides together in reviving our cultural practices and languages that we've all been missing. So, regardless of our age, whether we're youth, adults, elders, we can all join this movement of awakening together to revitalize these languages once again. With the hard work contributed by all of you to make this happen, we can learn together. Welcome to Naknek, Koyana.
Yay, Koyana Judy Joe. And then I'd like to invite your very own Michael Robbins.
Good morning, everyone. It is truly an honor to welcome you to the 2026 Bristol Bay Indigenous Language Summit. We are deeply grateful and genuinely excited to have you here with us. Hosting this gathering in our region means a great deal to me and our community. The work we are doing together, revitalizing, preserving, and celebrating Indigenous languages is not only important, it is essential. Doing this work here in our community and in our school makes it even more powerful and meaningful. I want to begin by recognizing the Bristol Bay Foundation. Your work is absolutely essential to gatherings like this and to the broader efforts across our region. Your commitment to language revitalization, education, and supporting our students is creating real, lasting impact. We are incredibly grateful for your partnership and for the leadership you continue to provide. I also want to take a moment to thank those who make this work possible every single day. To our school board, thank you for your leadership, your vision, and your continued support. To our dedicated staff, your commitment and care are evident in everything you do. And to our students, which are right over there, and we can give them a huge round of applause. They really like to be singled out as teenagers. They really appreciate that. And our students, you inspire us daily with your energy, your curiosity, and your pride in who you are. I also want to extend a heartfelt thank you to our tribal partners and communities across Bristol Bay. Your leadership and deep commitment to language and culture at the heart of this work. We are honored to stand alongside you and to continue this important work together. I would also like to recognize and thank our borough for their incredible support. We are so fortunate to be a part of a borough that truly values education and our children. Your commitment makes a real difference in the lives of our students and throughout our communities. There's a phrase we often hear that we are one Bristol Bay, and that is true. But today, I would say we're even more than that. We are one Alaska, united in the shared commitment to language, culture, and community. This work's happening here matters, and it extends far beyond this room. To our guests, thank you for being here. We hope you feel welcomed, supported, and inspired during your time here. Enjoy your stay in Bristol Bay. We know how much we appreciate your presence and your partnership. We look forward to learning together, working together, and continuing this important journey together. Thank you and welcome, and as always, go Angels.
Last but not least, I'd like to invite Michelle Ravenmoon up to share a few words.
Yagalidu, good morning. Can you guys hear me okay in the back? Okay, I truly do have a book here, so. First of all, I would like to say thank you, Chinan to NACNIC, for inviting us here or for having us, and Chinan to Bristol Bay Foundation for hosting this, and also to my employer, Igiugig Village, for helping revitalize our language in the Lake Iliamna area. It's truly, truly feeling very grateful today. Okay. Nakanaga Kanich Delresha Vatia. The power of speaking our heritage language. Dina ina ishlan shida. I am Dina ina, and I feel free to share what I perceive as being Dina ina from my own perspective. It has been a long journey finding my way and growing into me. Dakhti Dakhasan. I am known as strong woman among my peers, and my great-grandmother told me that she was also Dakhti Dakhasan, and I'm honored and humbled to carry her name and her strength. As a Dina Ina person growing up in a time when much of our language is asleep, many of us ask ourselves, is it really worth the effort to learn our native language? Why would one want to learn when there are so few people to speak with? Most of our first language speakers are over the age of 70, and there is certainly a generational gap from our learners to our language to our elders. Many of our elders were taught to be ashamed of our native language and spent much of their life not wanting to pass it on. We were told we were second-rate citizens and that we were less than the incoming race. Our government used colonial and genocidal policies, such as sending our children to boarding schools and forbidding our native languages to be spoken. People now say it is not our government or school's job to teach or allow classroom time for our native languages. However, was it not the government that took it away? As a result of our identity and language being stripped away, we were given the impression that we were wrong, that we were not good enough, our ways were primitive and less than. All the while, the outside culture has been forced upon us. We were told that in order to survive, we must adapt. Why would we want to learn our native language? Our hearts cry out for something that is missing. We know that we are walking two paths. We know that we are living in a world that rarely represents who we are, where we come from, or honors our way of life. Many of us live our lives as person who is split in two. Living split in two means that we don't really get to know our true self, and it is often confusing because we are told to live one way and our heart may be telling us to live another. Not being at peace with ourselves and not knowing our true selves can lead to an unsettled life. Once I was talking to my chitata, great-grandmother, and she told me to avoid the spruce trees that have two tops because they have a split mind. I asked her why, and she didn't explain any further. She just said, they're funny. My interpretation is that they're not comically funny, but in our native way of talking, funny means no good. Years later in the fall time, I was cutting wood. I would drive my boat to a location and cut the dead spruce trees. Among the trees was a dead tree with two tops. And I remembered what Chitata had said, and I thought, oh, what can it hurt to cut this one down? I cut it down, and it fell right on my boat, smashing the bow in. Another time, my husband was out cutting wood and cut a two-top tree, which at that point I had warned him about what Chitata said, and he cut it down anyway. And it fell right the wrong way on top of some other trees. And it launched itself high up into those trees so we couldn't reach it. It was taunting us, but also reminding us that split-minded trees are unpredictable, unreliable, and even dangerous. It is no good to have a divided heart, a divided mind, or a divided soul. My whole young life was spent not understanding that. We struggle to find ways to pass on and teach our culture. We know that for some reason we have to, whether it be our elders guiding us to never forget what makes us Indigenous, or if it is our spirit crying out that something is missing. Other times we think that the solution is putting together a culture camp where students are put through a conglomerate of native crafts. We share some heritage language words, sing some songs, and we think we have filled the missing gap. I find that culture camps are helpful to awaken an interest in who we are. I have participated in a fair share of culture camps, including founding them, and I find that these camps are not enough. Our heritage languages umbrella our entire culture, and it is our direct connection to our ancestors and how they interpreted the world. Everything we teach should be within the parameters of our language. If we want to teach about going out hunting or gathering from the land, we need to teach it in our language. We need to look at the world from our own people's way of looking at the world and practice that in our everyday life. What is the weather doing? What are the values that we live by? How do we keep ourselves safe? And what are the ways our ancestors did it? Do we travel by oneself, or do we travel together? How do we honor our world daily, and how do we honor ourselves and each other? These are all our ancestors' practices of daily life. Coming back home to our values and our way of living can guide us to our true way of sharing and teaching. Our languages heal us as they bring us home to our true self. I grew up with a family in a remote location. My mother had gone to boarding school, and she didn't speak Dina'ina. She only spoke occasional words, which I held on to with all my being. They made me tingle inside as she whispered them in my ear. Ghaljai, that is the moon. Havaya, that is a rabbit. Gulkat, go eat. She would also take me to visit the elders, and I'd hear them speaking in a way I didn't understand. But I at least was able to hear the sounds and the inflections of my heritage language. These are the memories that make me feel good. And I always knew that there was something fulfilling about these experiences. They were taught to listen. We are taught to listen to our gut and feelings, not to ignore what we know is right. This is the clue to me finding my path to healing and becoming whole again. And one day I would find my way back to my Dina'ina language. Because of boarding schools, my mom doesn't speak our language, but she can understand. I am learning Dina'ina, and with less than 5 first languages speakers left of our language, I often use the Alaska Native Heritage Center to immerse myself in language listening. I found an old recording of my great-grandmother Annie Del Kitty describing how to tan hides in Dina'ina. I listened to it as I cooked breakfast, and my mother, who happened to be visiting me, sat at the counter, and she said, "That is my grandmother." Then she said, "I have to call my auntie," who was Cheetah Annie's daughter, and she put her on the speakerphone, and they listened together. I continued to cook breakfast, and I looked back at my mom, and she was crying. I could hear my aunt crying too. You cannot tell me that there is nothing missing in our lives. They missed Cheetah Annie. They missed her voice. But they also missed hearing her speak to them in our language. That is who we are, our truest form of where we come from, our own language. This was taken away, and we have every right to have it back. Our languages speak differently from our languages speak directly from our understanding of the earth, the animals, and from our ancestors. I grew up around bears, and I've heard numerous ways to scare them off. I particularly like the methods that my elders have shared with me. One elder shared that the bears understand the language of our people who have lived here for thousands of years. She told me they do not understand English. I could understand that concept. After all, English has only been here for 100 years. She said to talk to the bear in our language. Tell Gaga we do not mean them any harm, and that we will leave them alone, and they will leave us alone. And I have seen this work. A bear was in our yard and seemed pretty curious, and our elder went out to speak to the bear, and it stopped. It listened, and it turned and walked away. Another elder described the animals as sharing an understanding of being a mother with children. Female bears will leave you alone when they see you are a mother with children. One elder shared that with our Dina'ina class that it helps to flash your breasts at them and show them you are a mother. When he said that, we all burst out laughing. I hope he was joking, as there is always much laughter and humor in our class. What I take from their lessons on animals is that it is a relationship. The animals have an understanding of us. Books, TV, and the internet tell us all about animals, but rarely about what an animal understands about us. Not only do animals observe us, they understand us in their own way and understand our long-used native languages. Our ancestors talk to us through our traditional place names that are passed throughout our traditional territory from Yarenen, the Good Land, the Kenai Peninsula, Dareikak, Chester Creek, Anchorage, Kajjachvena, the place where they gather lake, and Nilavana, lake with many islands, Lake Iliamna. We have sacred places like the mountain where animals go in, which describes a time of hunger because the animals disappeared into the mountain, and a medicine man saved the people from going into the mountain to get them. Another location is Evil Creek, where a phenomenon happened at a village near historic Kijik. A monster showed up in the lake during the night. After a priest did baptisms in the water, the monster dried up the creek so it would not flow anymore, and it became known as Evil Creek. The name for Iliamna is Nilavana, which means the lake of many islands. This describes the traditional area that the Dina'ina occupied. The northern part of the lake has many islands, whereas the southwestern part has very few islands and is occupied more so by the Yupik. The description of the mouth of the river, Hadakak, which literally means the doorway to the river. This description to me sets a tone for seeing that place as an opening to something new. Hadakak, it's a magical place where you come out of the river. You arrive as to an ever-changing and exciting place. The mouth of the river is a place that fish, birds, bears, and wolves feed, where trees, plants, giant ice chunks are deposited from the river. It is also where thousands of salmon enter as they return home to Hadakak, the doorway. Our place names show that our ancestors were close to the Atnana, to the land. They had a relationship, a history, and an understanding of the lands they lived in. I started my Dina'ina language learning in my 20s as a college student. First and foremost, I learned how to be Dina'ina. I was there to learn about language, but I quickly realized that everything is tied to our language. Even for those elders who were immersed in the Western culture, they knew the ways of our people, and it shone from deep within their soul. Within our language is the heart of our people, where we come from, the way we see the world. The spirit of our ancestors speak through our language. The values that guide us as Dina'ina people is learning our heritage language. Learning my language has brought me to a whole different realm of discovering my people. It has been a portal to another world, rather, a set of glasses to see my familiar world more clearly. I remember when I first started learning my heritage language with Pauline Hobson as our teacher. It was all new, and we were entering as learners and teachers. Teaching our language was a new concept for our elders too. Seeing so many people interested as well, for them to be able to speak their language every day to ears that would listen to them. Memories were being brought back for the elders who may have not had the opportunity to speak their Dina'ina language in a long time. One elder, Mary Hobson, had so much dedication and enthusiasm. Every day she would say to us as we entered the door, "Narandu ninyo, Yagle chok chaninzitu." You came to me. Did you wake up good? I didn't have a clue what she was saying, but by the end of the 3 weeks I did, and I could answer her as well. One day near the end, we were far into our lessons, and students were starting to speak more so that the elders didn't have to speak as much. Mary got up and she walked away. I was afraid one of us had offended her. Many of us students were naive to proper Dina'ina protocol. I followed her to ask her if she was okay, and she chuckled, and she said that she was fine. She told me it hurts her sometimes to talk about what is gone, who has passed away, and she misses the days that have long disappeared. Mary grew up in a time without loud machinery, boats, planes, cars, snow machines, making her own clothes, hunting, fishing, and gathering food, and traveling by foot with her family, living in tents, living close to the land and close to her people. I could see the tears in her eyes. I cried too, for her losses, for our losses as Dina'ina people. When through Mary's stories, speaking Dina'ina, her willingness to share her feelings of happiness and of hurt, she helped me connect to what is important to our people. As our world changes, progresses further from living closely with the earth and the animals, becoming more dependent on cities for goods and services, for technology, she gently touched my heart. The importance of connection with each other, the days of living with the land abundantly, and of interacting daily with each other in the world. As I shared that moment with Cheetah Mary, I could feel the healing power of knowing my people, of who I am, and how Native languages keep us connected to our identity in the past and into the future. I think about my Native language and how it plays a role in my everyday life. My entire life changed when I became a learner of who I am, where I come from, and the values that brought my people to this point of time. I am eternally grateful to my ancestors and very proud of how they thrived. I have always felt out of place in a lot of my life. Things I learned in my heritage language brings me to those aha moments. To this day, I can be brought to tears because of a new phrase I learned in Dina'ina. I feel more connected to the way the Dina'ina see the world we live in. As I look at my children, I think about what am I teaching them? I live my life with purpose and intention, always trying to keep our values and identity close. I share my passion for my native culture and language through teaching. It is important that we grow as people. We create space for our language learning, and we go through the process. We also allow for healing. As we go through the process, that we allow for healing. As Cheetah Mary taught me, our heritage language has been oppressed, and as it is awakened, it needs love and care. In my region of Bristol Bay, we have 3 major native language groups, Dina'ina, Yughtun, Sugpiaq, and across all these cultures we have many common values, the biggest being respect. It is time to help each other, respect each other, and teach. Our ancestors not only survived, they thrived. And we are the recipients of their work, their love, and their learning and teachings. What will we do with that knowledge? So my partner in crime, as far as singing goes, didn't make the plane yesterday. He was supposed to help me sing a song for you guys really quickly, just a prayer song. So I'll have to sing it alone, and I'll sing it without a drum, but I'll try not to mess it up here. That's okay. I think I could do it. Okay. This is a prayer song I wrote. I don't know how long ago, but anyway, it says, may the Creator bless you, may the Creator bless me, and may the Creator bless this land. Nakdel tani dant nuch nech. Hey ya ha ha ha, hey ya ha ha, hey ya ha ha ha, hey. Nakdel tani dashnech nech. Hey ya ha ha, hey ya ha, hey ya ha, hey. Nakdel tani Asnan dan nuchnech. Hey ya ha, hey ya ha, hey ya ha, hey. Kolachko chinan.
Guyana Michelle. Waka winga Helen Banrok Janaugo, Ilan Kanuna Gayak Mungu, Jun Laklita Bungu, Bristol Bay Foundation Ami Jali Lakhto as the Bubble Program Manager. Hi everybody, my name is Helen Banrok John. My dad is Mark Mizak John of Tuksuk Bay, and my mom is Sharon Iraq John, formerly Moore of Unlakleet. But I grew up between Bethel and Anchorage and grew up commercial fishing out here in Bristol Bay, and I am the Building Up Bristol Bay's Language Education, or Bubble, Program Manager for the Foundation. The Language Summit is covered by Bubble, so that is part of how we were able to host it in region, how we're able to fly folks out here and cover catering and swag and all that. So we're so happy that you all are here. We are a bit ahead of schedule, and we are also, the keynotes are going to be available on Zoom, so we're gonna take a break after some announcements. Pros of hosting it in a school: we have classrooms, we have tech, we have an auditorium, but we also have bells, and we have children here today. They will not be here tomorrow unless they're participating. But announcement-wise, those doors open as well, and once you look out those doors back there, there are bathrooms directly across the hallway. The school kind of loops around. This is the elementary wing. We do have an elders lounge down this hallway, but other than that, there shouldn't be anything happening down there. But if any elders wanted to just hang out for a bit on comfier couches, we'll have coffee, tea, water, and some snacks in there. There is a poster on the door, and if you have any questions, my team, our board, and student government are all wearing these matching blue shirts. Miles King is running around, but him and I are the lead on this event, so if you have any questions about anything, ask us both. We do have tabling organizations, NACNIC Electric, the Bristol Bay Telephone, as well as local artists and other organizations that are tabling out in that hallway. So once we take a break, please check those out, run to the bathroom. We're gonna have everybody come back in here at 11:20 to start the keynote, just so we're not leaving the folks online hanging. Other announcements, exits, the main entrance and exit is the one that you came in this morning. If you come tomorrow morning, we will not have you sign in again, especially if you are one of our partners that we're traveling in. But if you invite other people to come tomorrow and they did not come today, please have them check in with our team. Also, please bring back your name tags tomorrow. Lunch is going to start at 12:30. After 12:30, we'll either make the announcement in the gym or come back in here and do a door prize, but that's where we'll be giving instructions about breakout groups. After our keynote, we'll head to lunch, and then we have 2 breakout groups this afternoon with a break in between for door prize, just so we can tell folks where everybody is. Student government students and a staff member will be assigned to each breakout group, so we'll be helping the speakers get set up, and if you're a speaker, please find our team about 15 minutes before that session starts so we can make sure that you're set up and good to go. The Bear Trail Shuttle is also going to be available for anybody who wants to go to NACNIC trading during lunch. So if you wanted to run to the store, that is transportation that's available, and Hannah Moorcraft will be outside in the little Bear Trail bus. Please do not bring food into the auditorium. We are also guests here, and if you bring coffee or drinks in, please make sure that it has a lid. And if an accident happens, let one of us know as soon as possible. I want to say probably a third of this group was also in the healing training last night. Sandra and Suna, the folks that led that training, are also a resource that is available. If you feel like you need to take time away, you need somebody to talk to, they'll be in the teacher's lounge, and they'll be available for the full conference. Any questions? All right now it is 10:43. We're gonna give everybody a break. There is coffee and tea in the gym again. Check out the tabling organizations, check out the local artists, go to the bathroom. Please come back in at 11:20.
Testing, 1, 2.
So,
Oh, perfect. Does it work?
I noticed when.
Was it plugged in?
Maybe there's. I think I have plenty of battery.
There we go. Okay. So why don't you plug it? Why don't you play your video
Let's see.
and see if it?
Yeah, it's working.
Try it again.
I
think we're good.
And I can move. Okay,
You-
great. Great.
And then you just hit that button right there.
Uh-huh.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. You're good.
Great.
Just turn it off so we don't lose battery. I think you're good.
Yeah.
All right. Let me hit it up on the screen.
Oh,
How about that? Do you have a title slide, Chris?
I do.
Okay.
Sunupuma kamani ayupuma kamani umafuma ilinu qiyapuma iluni makasilang dua pagi nayosud dua pagi ili sinatulada kalibati inakilada akayudawano sinatulada kalibati inakilada akayudawano
Sinatulaarniarlunga taamaamaqqusaarniarpunga nunam tulaarniarlunga ullumikku pulaarniarpunga illisaamartittarparma sooruna paasivinga qaqutikkua paasineqartarama vakasunun ilineqartarama oqarluti illit allaavutit maanak illit taallavutit taallamut illitulluarsaga kusanartunuersaga assaaarnarmama taannamama piffissangorami tutifissangorami marlulluta sinnattumippugun soqutaajunnarsumitugun takorloorum isimittugun sinnattununaanittutun marlulluta tutittugun marlulluta tutippugun
nayosud dua pagi ili sinatulada kalibati inakilada akayudawano sinatulada kalibati inakilada
수다 생각하면 तुझे फिर से 생각하면 फिर से 생각하면 तुझे फिर से 생각하면 फिर से 생각하면 신이 फिर से 생각하면 फिर से 생각하면 신이 फिर से 생각하면 फिर से 생각하면 신이 फिर से 생각하면
piirsaqa tuti päivänäyttöä ilmittää qauyimangiluamut qimmiti ugiarsimalluni se qimmaqassu sukkaipakluti quyaasuit taqimmi taamannaak palaangutmata ilangillu qawi angunasuutigiyortuti
Kalunang hurak simanchangitati Pinayung adoe Inonitine nositino Sukdulur yo isutio upigo song na mingni nu eve nu ama nu ano nu eve nu ama nu ano we'll take it down. No heavy, no ama, no unknown, no heavy, no ama, no unknown.
tiarlutik inumin naarit tiarlutik taimakasia nakana naqsuti mitakugunilunni innuataan nauna suqattartu tabbal qawlikautigilluti taimakisutaqaramma imannaalamu tamakitaman maqimmilan atoqtauna sippayoqtakiuniga marittauta qawlimayani maritti
Listen to the stories. We cried and we laughed. Lessons from our history, but not of how we go back. Cause we strive to move forward, a vision of what we can be. Full is our circle, complete is you and me. And we'll fill it with love, and we'll fill it with joy, and we'll fill it with pride. A vision of what we can be. My first Alaskans, my first Alaskans, my first Alaskans. I love you. I love you. My people, I come to you as natives hand in hand. Shift of a paradigm. What's the answer? Maybe in the land. 10,000 years we met as beautiful native tribes. We didn't start this fire, but we kept it in the dark times. And you're mine, my first Alaskans, my first Alaskans, my first Alaskans. I love you. I love you, I love you. My first Alaskans, I love you. My first Alaskans, I love you. My first Alaskans, I love you. I love you, I love you. My first Alaskans, I love you. My first Alaskans, I love you. My first Alaskans, I love you. I love you. Stories, we cry and we laugh, and the time is now.
Gitake Ayak Dora Sundiku Tafsuya Kekuna Binichto Dauga Abani Pakilok Kapingi Kaya Lafuk Rinakani Kakatualinga sa Lafuk Daubang Dod na Dukang Rito Mantugura Siftikuk Gen Kuman Ringa Kibukay Sumiyon Namek Majit Na Ritugu Vichu Jamek Dangir Tugu Dais Fanagin 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 Dangir Tugu Dais Fanagin
have you seen in your short, long life? Where did your tiny feet roam? All the things you have done on top of being a wife, a mother, a daughter, a home. What have you seen in your short, long life? What has your heart overcome? The traditional ways that are hidden away can be revived by the beat of a drum. What have you seen in your short, long life? What did those tiny hands do? Stretching, scraping, fixing and making, mending the skins that our souls fit within. Stitching, nothing can undo.
What did those tiny hands do?
What have you seen in your short, long life? What has your heart overcome? The traditional ways that are hidden away can be revived by the beat of a drum. What have you seen in your short, long life? A witness to so many wrongs. Relocation, damnation, and misinformation. Summation, our nation still strong. What have you heard in your short, long life? When did they silence your voice? The stories they spun made you swallow your tongue, made you feel like it was your choice. What have you seen in your short, long life? What has your heart overcome? The traditional ways that are hidden away can be revived by the beat of a drum.
Suntunga inutito Kanuingito Ilani kutama kataruma Kanuingito Sulititina to palu Kanuingito Kau tamauni kapunga Misi kapangitu tama katarama Kau tama takuga kupaniga Unika dia kanira sulam tunga Sometimes get asked what we're trying to do. I don't mind just singing these songs in Inutitu. I don't mind Well, I'm shy and I get laughed at almost every single day. I don't mind And I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't mind Cause every time when I try to speak, my sentences ain't right and my grammar's kinda weak. And every time I look into her eyes, I know in my heart that I just have to keep on trying. sa palidya lang ito nga.
you hear what they had to say about our lost star? They take in ways I can't understand. They place the blame on her like she was nobody's child. Now all I
Abjugakam genji kochte wam na shore tumito Akne qashqam shireuch tali aknecht en tumito Doshu jas khuze khoshu doshu jas khuze Jiku qanef na ki veruni shuda ayas khuze Agir sugamke Agir sugamke Agir sugamke Not a man can get you, my partner is a stone, and I need you get up. Let me do na you suck to ram a circle. Dangir sugamke, Dangir sugamke, Dangir sugamke, Dangir sugamke. Your father, Kuyalo weg tjagumi Bungach zeg kakata man het dood nu niet te plani Joch deur zo dingen taman na gewang ons vroeger niet Dagig sugamke Dagig sugamke Dagig sugamke Dagig sugamke Faku taye mata ringe jekaka Ugman bin rilang ranu da kayu mga Ken kuyen binig door am zeg geduk tjuma Agayun binig door am zeg maglisa rana Dagig sugamke 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 Dagig sugamke
It's Third Eye Quest.
Allah judo
Testing, 1, 2.
Allah judo
Can you hear me back there? Koyana.
Van je lacht niet lo es weet je nu aan je rug doen. Nam zeg me kibu shooten, die camera met toe shooten. Je laat een shoe jou zoeken, je naam ik zoek op bingoeden. Onnoem mij, acute rasie kai. Ik zoek je ja vinger maar bestig het lucht door als je kai. Zou dan schroeven, koud dan stoeten, jij schroeven den bij stoeten. Nak ging July put dan wacht doet om joch te shooten reis doen. Allah judo, dingen niet lacht door. Allah mij door naar zich naar klaar, maar niet giet ook een koud jeglo, niet hier gaf nga je zo'n rito. Zou me kwanko, a joch in de doeko, om jou gaat door zijn naar mij taka. Giet je goed het buik ik ngabnen, adam king en nak win rit kaka. Allah juito, king en niet lacht. Allah juito, king en niet yoni ni tungan ka atautim kwat ni kan rutanga qisha witawra atautim kan rutanga mani yam shirtu wagir ashamrinam qayaga wangaptangan nanchi tamrina madkhaku qawa wita shana shuya gujaka udaka ma qorin nakhir kam ni qayaga nera tamatkan espeshuni zarad nugmi qastulutin rinna qurusha yakuna gugu yugnatin rinna atauche Pinnik khawur chamtak stigata gingan kan rumalach doch kwatin atauchirken ka dauna jokna raji atauchirken ka dauna jokna raji Tut kun kimakuma malich tu nati qafnaqa agir malich na pu Udaka ngai taku Tamak youth wita watching me you Kainig shooting just tigas kating li juito Unchi ufkalarat na Espevnek piti unrachte Allah juito Kingan wit lachto Allah juito
Asik
Celeste, huh? Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Did you have a good break? Thumbs up. See some tables. I was just trying to last minute figure out the exact number of how many people that we coordinated, traveled for, and flew in. Probably over 80, and we also have, I think we had over 60 people register, so that's a combination of local folks, but also people that registered on their own and organized their own travel to get here. I'm going to call out some of the groups that I know are here. Just raise your hand. If you work for IVC, our partner, and you're in the room, raise your hand. We have a Bobby, Michelle, Ethan, a bunch of other folks. We have community coordinators. BBF has 2 pretty big grants right now that are all focused on language education. Bubble covers the conference, but TC2H covers the language classes that have been happening online across all 3 languages. So IVC is a huge partner, and we're so glad that you guys are all here. We also have Imach Begmut Togiak High School Dance Group. You guys can raise your hand. Woo! They just taught our elementary school students this morning, and like one of the kids walked past me and was like, I just looked, like all super proud. So we're Guyana for doing that, and they'll be performing this afternoon. We also have our Bristol Bay Foundation board. I believe we have some folks coming in today, but all of our board is here. Raise your hand. Guyana. Who else? Language Summit Steering Committee. I know some folks on that wear a lot of hats. Some people are our partners. Some people work for BBNC or just general community members. And so raise your hands. Guyana Steering Committee, they've met with us once a month for pretty much like the last 6 to 7 months. So Guyana, for all your support in making this event happen and encouraging us to host it in region. We also have the Southwest Region School District, Yupik teachers. They teach cultural education and Yupik classes. We also have Drew, who's with Dillingham City School. I feel like I group you in with them. You guys are all the same subject in cultural classes, so Guyana for all the work that you do. We have BBBSD students and teachers. Woo! Am I missing anybody? Oh yeah, Breakout, we have our keynote, we have 3 of them. They'll be coming up on stage. 2 of them will be coming up on stage pretty soon, tomorrow morning. We also have our keynote as well. But breakout room speakers, keynote speakers, raise your hands. Guyana for coming and Guyana for registering. Awesome, well, I'm going to pass it over to Montana Kinuran Murphy.
Jamai, Huinga Aka Kinuran, Kichakavi Humiwitalachto, Adam Kun Ilanka Ilkayach Mungut, Goyanga Kuyuchtlemt Nukmani Naknirmi. Hi everyone, my name is Montana, my Yupik name is Kinuran. My dad's side of the family is from Dillingham, and my paternal grandmother, Barbara Peterson, lived in Naknek for a long time. So it's special for me to be here. I didn't realize that my coworker Miles King, who's co-running the conference, my grandma used to babysit his dad, so that was a funny connection to make while I've been here. I also work at the Bristol Bay Foundation. I do support work for the grants that Helen was talking about, so I've been helping coordinate lots of flights. I think many of you have received emails from me. And I am here to introduce our keynote speakers for today, Galak, Christopher Liu, and Alaska Glani Strunk. They are with Yuachtun Technologies, which is the team that has created the yuchtun.com resource, as well as Nakgat, the app that has a lot of Yupik storybooks, and as well as other online language resources for Yupik and other Alaska Native languages. And it's really exciting for me and other people to have them here, because this is a resource that we've been turning to for years. I cannot tell you how many meetings I've been in, and someone has a question or they've learned something and they just reference yuchtun.com. It's a website I have open on my laptop every day. And so their work is very meaningful. It offers, as long as you have internet, it offers a way for people to connect to their language and to who they are ultimately. And so I'm very grateful for the work that you've done and that you will continue to do. Guyana.
Okay. Hello? Okay, good. Do you want to stand this side or? Okay. Okay, I had my second cup of gufak, so I'm sorry, I'm ready. So we'll introduce ourselves in Yuchtun first. So Yuchtun Atkagalahuk, Mamtagilak Miungunga, Angayukak ka Kristen Barbara Lu Awuk, Anaka Nunapachok Miunguk, Ataka to Taiwan Nagamiu. So my name is Christopher. My Yupik name is Galak. I grew up in Bethel. And my parents are Chris and Barbara Liu. My mom is from Nunapachuk. She's from the Nick family. And my dad is from Taiwan.
Good morning. Huinga Alaskugo. Queen Hagamiunga, Tagam, Kijarvik mi Witalachta. Angayokaka, Larry and Doris Trunkaguk. Anaka Queen Hagamiunguk. Atakasu Anglishuk, Washington, Oregon area. Hello, good morning. My name is Lonnie Strunk. My Yupik name is Alaskuk. And my parents are Larry and Doris Strunk. My mom is from Quinnahock. And my dad is from the Washington, Oregon area. Koyana for having us.
So we're usually at home in front of our computers every day, so we're not normally presenting. So Koyana for inviting us here. This is my first time in Bristol Bay. This part of Naknek reminds me of Bethel, so it felt pretty familiar. And our presentation title is called Online Nami Bililak Nutum Kanuriagamta Tunginun. So building online tools for our native languages. And we've worked together as computer scientists. We're both Yupik from rural Alaska, and we've been working for 8 years now as a company, Yochjun, which means a tool to find what you're searching for. And these are Alaska Native language maps on the left, and on the right is an Inuit Yupik Unangan family map. So we'll first introduce ourselves. We'll share some early memories of Yupik. We'll talk about Yuktun grammar, so we'll do a quick lesson with you and walk through yuktun.com. We'll do talk about some about design thinking and how it applies to Alaska Native language learning tools. We'll do share some projects we've done and reflections, and also share what's next. So this is an Inuit Yupik Unangan language family. The light blue is the Inuit group, and north of Alaska is Inupiaq. Dark blue is Yupik, and also Sugpiaq. And on the green is Unangan. So here are all the ways you can say caribou, Duntu, in this region. Duntu up north, Dutu in Inupiaq, and Duktu, Dutuk, Dutuk in Itcharich is Unangan. And the cool thing is if you learn one language in this group, you'll have a lot easier time learning languages from the other groups. It connects you to the languages across the whole region, and the similarities suggest shared ancestral origin. So Proto-Eskimo Aleut is a bit of an outdated term, especially in Canada. People don't like to use the word Eskimo, so some people say Inuit Yupik Unangan as a language family. And then here's our group. Here's the Alaska Native group, and I know there's people with Deneina here, and that connects you to Koyukon all the way down to Navajo. And here is the Central Yupik region. And here are the 5 major dialects of Yupik. So General Central Yupik is the largest dialect, and we have many sub-dialects in the whole region. Further north is Norton Sound. Hooper Bay Chivak is HBC, Nunivak, and then further south is Ikiagik. And there's so much richness in Yupik language. There's so much diversity of regions and stories and dances, songs, and even accents. And this is the map. So I assume you guys know what luk means? If you don't know luk, they're probably consider yourself lucky. But so it's pretty extensive across the region, even down in Sugpiaq, Alutiiq, they say luk. On the Nunivak, they say Nuluk, Hooper Bay Nuluk, Northern Sound Nuluk, Nilik. And somehow look made it through to Siberian Yupik up north, see that? So very interesting. I wanted to try practicing saying some Yukdun words and doing a brief grammar lesson together because I think it would help you better understand our computational language tools. So this animal starts with the letter G, gavak. Can you say it with me? Gavak? G. So it starts with the G sound up here, sound like an English G. And then here is the word qasbaq. Qasbaq, it's kind of further down the back of the throat. Qasbaq. It's like you're eating something, it's got stuck in your throat. Try to say qasbaq. So we have g up here, gavak, qasbaq. And then we also have another word, yughalgha, and that sound is that R sound. It's like you're trying to gargle mouthwash. So, yughalgha. Try it out. So, asbaq. Good job, everyone. So, yuk is a person. Sukbaq, we have suk. And when we add this noun ending, like or similar to a person, yukdun, we get the language, the name for our language, yukdun. But you might have noticed something happened here. So you see the g, yuk, becomes yuh. So try saying g, and blow some air out while you're holding that position of your tongue. So yuk, yuh. You're engaging the same part of the tongue there. So the g naturally becomes a ugh and becomes yuhdun. So in the consonant chart, g, have the same tongue position in the mouth, and it naturally moves between those two positions. Or the sound naturally moves, but your tongue position stays the same. Pretty cool. So yughaq is a dance, and here's a verb base, which is incomplete. It needs a subject. It means to dance. Yughaq. So someone who's dancing. Yughaqtuq. He is dancing. She is dancing. Right. And so you notice something similar happened here. So the letter q at the end, yughaq, became yughaq, and it's kind of like what happened with the g. So you're engaging the part of the throat when you're gargling, and you're letting the air pass through. So yughaq, yughaq, yughaq. So q, are at that same tongue position as well, further back in the tongue. So it's kind of cool. It's pretty intuitive, right? Yukdun has evolved elegantly in this way where it's moving between the same. There's a movement between these letters as you're creating words. Yughaqtuq. And so we also have something called postbases, which you can add to add more meaning. So she wants to dance. Yughaqtuq. We can add a different one for future tense. Yughaqchiquq. He will dance. And you can keep adding them in a chain forever. You can keep going. So we have yughaqchiquq. He will want to dance. Maybe if he hears his favorite song. Yughaqchiquq. So you'll notice it's the complete reverse of English, right? That makes it a little hard when you try to approach it from an English order. So you're gonna have to, you'll start thinking in a Yupik way when you are saying Yukdun words. Another Yupik verb that needs an ending, asich. Tuk. It's good. Or he, she, it is good. And in response to jangachit, you probably know this one, hopefully. Asichto, or you're learning it now for the first time. Asichto. Shpizmi. How about you? We also have, besides verbs and nouns, we have something called particles. So you can repeat after me. I, qanga, or qanga. Jali. You're still hungry. Jali piyukhto. I want more. Jali. Chaknak. Kuyana chaknak. Great. So show of hands, who's used yuchtun.com before? And then who hasn't used yuchtun before? Okay, so if you haven't used it, you can take out your phones and type it in, yuchtun.com. Okay, now put your phones away. Just kidding. So you can, bookmark it. So the top three are dictionary resources. So Yuchtun, Inupiaq, Northslope dialect specifically, and Hashuka, which is a Tlingit website. I know that's in the Na Dene family. And on the bottom is Naqkat, which is a children's book app. Archive, kyuk.org, which is an elders video archive, which we'll share a video of later. And we also have a Yuchtun behavioral health medical resource that we recently put out with the Alaska Institute for Justice. Here's a picture of me in first grade. Ang Achak is my teacher on the right, Nunukhta on the left. And I went to Ayapkhon Litnaurvik in Bethel. And, we had, one of my earliest memories was, as kids, we would say this Yuyarak, and they put the entire school in the hallway, and they would have us say it at the top of our lungs every morning. And we didn't really know the meaning of the words as we were saying them, probably. And low-key, I still don't know what the full meaning is for some of these words. But I figured we would do that here as a group. And so what I'll do is I will say the first line, I'll say the line, and then you and Lonnie together can repeat back. So, Yuyagak.
Yuyagak.
Huangkuta Yupigni.
Huangkuta Yupigni.
Kanruyutit Aturluki.
Kanruyutit Aturluki.
Anglitukut.
Anglitukut.
Ilakuyusluta Ukvachtarluta.
Ilakuyusluta Ukvachtarluta.
Pingnatuluta.
Pingnatuluta.
Yeah. Nalunrilamta Yuyaramtni.
Nalunrilamta Yuyaramtni.
Bijirirankhamta Nutumsarmuk.
Bijirirankhamta Nutumsarmuk.
Yeah. Try your best. We're almost done. Richtigiyaram aduchtai.
Richtigiyaram aduchtai.
Daringummaut sam illonelngut.
Daringummaut sam illonelngut.
Spunkschit nunuliutunklchitlu.
Spunkschit nunuliutunklchitlu.
Kanruyutum aduchtai.
Kanruyutum aduchtai.
Umjochtulutung slodulutung.
Umjochtulutung slodulutung.
Nuqitifgnatung Yulokchikut.
Nuqitifgnatung Yulokchikut.
All right. Okay. All right. You did that. So it really is etched in my memory, this Yuyarak, and even though, many of us, even though we went to Ayapkhon, as adults, we feel that we had forgotten the language, and I think, for me at least, this Yuyarak shows the intent of the teachers and really wanting and instilling a sense of pride and confidence in us as kids. And I'm reminded of the blessings of these teachers and the love and encouragement they had for us. And if you are a teacher here, I just want to express my gratitude to you all as you're encouraging your students to connect with their language and with their culture so that it makes a big difference in their lives. So now in high school, I was a huge nerd. This is in Etchkum, at Sitka. I was a band kid. I liked classical music. I was pretty shy. I was one of those emo kids who sat behind the gym, in the little hallway. And I was really interested in dreams and lucid dreaming, which is when you realize you're dreaming in the middle of it and you try to control the dream. So I would I would look for my friends and ask them what their spirit animal was. And so that when I woke up, I would be like, oh, you told me you were a golden goat. And I actually have a friend who was a golden goat, and it made a lot of sense. And so I went to Rawhigh, which gave me some college preparation. I went also back as a tutor counselor for a few years. I went to the National Youth Science Camp, and they had lectures from engineers and mathematicians, and we even had some NASA engineers come and speak to us. And it left a big impression on me. I felt seen as someone who had a love for science and engineering. So I'd recommend these camps if that's your sort of thing. And following my passions for dreams and how like the brain conceives of reality, I went to Rice and I studied University and I studied cognitive sciences. And that's like the study of the mind from different fields of study like psychology or philosophy. One summer I did a travel fellowship in Nepal and I stayed in a Tibetan Buddhist monastery for a month. And these were some of the monks who lived there, and they were all kids. They were all like, it was like a school. And I was interested in studying world religions and was curious about flute music in the region. But after college, I worked a few years and then went back to school for electrical engineering at Stanford. And it was around that time that I fell in love with Yupik grammar, and that's where Yuktun.com got its start. But before we share that website, I'm going to pass the microphone over to Lonnie to introduce himself next.
So, because of all the language teachers in the room, I really wanted to thank my Yupik teachers growing up as well. I remember doing a lot of cultural activities in the classroom, from like beading and sewing to processing birds and fish in the classroom. And I still carry all those experiences with me. And a lot of my childhood growing up was in the church and singing. And so one memory that that sticks out with me is the time I spent in Mizak's class. Mizak is in the top left. And Emma White, the one next to her, would come into our classroom and teach us songs that we would perform at church on Sunday. And so we practiced a lot, especially when there's upcoming church events going on. And she would bribe us with a bottle of pop to the kids that participated. And one time there was only 3 of us, and she came in and she brought in one of those 2-liter bottles to us, and so I have a lot of good memories, and I had a lot of exposure to the language through song. And later on, I moved to Atmashok, and my village at the time didn't have Yurak, but Atmashok did, and so I got to join them and learn about Yurak, and even got to perform at Jamai with them. And so, because I had to sing in school, I'm gonna let you all sing in school. This is one of the songs that they taught to the kids to learn how to read, and this is through using the tune of Row, Row, Row Your Boat. So, row, row, row your boat, yeah. And we say the ba, da, ja, ka, ka, right? And agulaitulit means stop consonants, and then huanihua, here they are. Yeah, and so we'll all sing together. You guys know row, row. So, ba, da, ja, ka, ka, ba, da, ja, ka, ka. Arulai tuli twani hua bata chakaka. Let's do it again. Bata chakaka bata chakaka. Arulai tuli twani hua bata chakaka. Good job. And so I was also a nerdy kid. I was into anime and Pokemon and computers and puzzles and arts and crafts. I made the bracelet up there and the crochet. And I also went to Rahai, the college preparatory program, and it was there that I learned the opportunity to study abroad after high school, during college. And so after high school, I followed my interests and I went to the University of Alaska Fairbanks. I decided to study computer science, but also study abroad in Japan. And to do that, you had to take 2 years of Japanese, and then your third year, you can finally go to Japan. And it was a wonderful experience, but I noticed when I came back that I was a better speaker of Japanese than I was of Yupik. And so it was kind of like, I was kind of ashamed. And so when I came back, I was like, okay, I'm gonna put the same amount of effort in learning Japanese into Yupik. And so I I took language classes at UAF, and I also joined Inu Yupak, the dance group there. And I picked up learning Yupik and reconnecting with Yupik culture, and I leaned on all of my classmates to learn like the grammar and learn the language, and I really liked Yupik grammar. I'm one of those people that likes the linguistics of it, and because it's like a puzzle, and if you can learn the rules, you can make it perfect. You can make perfect words. And but at the time, we had to rely on heavy textbooks and dictionaries, and so I wanted to go through like an experience with you of how it was before Yuchtun.com. So if we found this word in the wild, so let's figure it out what it means. So we'll go into the dictionary and we'll find the base and we'll say, oh, apatar means to eat lunch. And then we'll have to go into another section, the post bases, to find yachtur means to go to verb. So to go to eat lunch, right? And then another post base, yuch, to want to go to eat lunch. And then you'd have to go to the ending table, find the correct ending, pretty complicated. It's second person singular, so you. And then finally, you have to go to another section, the inclidict, to find qa, which means a yes or no question. And so if we put it all together, means, do you want to go to eat lunch? Yeah. Maybe not now, we're in a keynote. And so, if you want to ask someone you like, right, you can learn this, use this sentence too, right? So quickly write it down and ask someone. So as you can see, that Yupik words get really complicated, and looking them up is hard to do. And so after undergrad, I decided I needed to have more to learn to combine computers and Yupik. And so I went to University of Washington to study computational linguistics. And there I learned about this computer program called an FST, where you can take the dictionary entries and the grammar rules and put it into a computer program that can go from the top section, what you find in the wild, what people say, and break it apart to the bottom section into those pieces. And so an FST is just a fancy computer program, like where we can take something that we find in the wild, for example, gufech bakama, and break it into its pieces, meaning because I drink so much coffee, right? But this technology is cool because it can do the opposite. I can give it its pieces there on the bottom, and it can give me the fully formed word up on top. So this one means, we are about to eat. You can tell we have food on the mind. And so, once I was done, I met up with Galak and I told him about my project is finished, and we incorporated it into yuchtun.com. And so Galak will give you a walkthrough of yuchtun.com.
So this was a huge achievement that Lonnie was able to do. It was a Yuchtun invention. And there was, for a few years, Yuchtun.com didn't have the FST, and now we have it. So it expanded the sentence builder options. But we'll just go ahead and start with some simple words. So we'll look up the word moon, Igaluk. And you can click here for audio. Let me make sure you don't hear too.
Igaluk.
Oops.
Igaluk.
Well, maybe the internet is slow.
Igaluk.
But we have here, so we have Igaluk, and we can scroll down and change the plurality of the word to Igalut. And fun fact, month is actually an Old English word for moon, so it goes off of the lunar cycles. You can see some dialect information, and if we scroll down further, you can see some of the related entries from the dictionary. And let's go back. So a boat. So if I look for that word BB, Bristol Bay, Balayak. So this is the word for boat for the region, Balayak. And I can scroll down, see more about this entry, and I see here perhaps from Filipino Tagalog. Palahu, that's cool, if it's indeed a loan word. And we can go to Yuchtun to English. I saw outside you guys have a pool. Oops. So, Guimarabik. And it will bring a breakdown of this word for you, a place to swim. And we can see more endings. Let's say you want to say, I'm walking, Biyogo Guimarabigumun. So you can click this to Guimarabigumun from where? From that, maybe from the, not too far, maybe not the airport. And you can even do English words. So, Minecraft, or just Yuchtun. Do you want to play Minecraft? And I can go to the endings, indicative, Minecraft, that one is the me. But I can't play Minecraft right now. So next one is the audio library. So you can click this, and hopefully the audio works for this. Yeah, the audio's having issues here, but does the video work? Let's try this. I wonder if we could. Let me try this. Look at the Zoom part. Oops. For Zoom. For the whole. Okay, great. So these are words of Yuchtun in the wild, and so these are taken from different elder videos, and you can hear how they said the word. And this is how a lot of computer science works. When something doesn't work, we just look it up really quickly. So thanks for bearing with us here. We said we did that earlier. A lot of ways to say E. And then here's the sentence builder portion, so you can make a verb phrase, a noun phrase, questions. You can go through different random examples to click them. You can go through a glossary of examples here, which have places to start if you'd like, but let's go ahead and try making a word. And we'll start with, he is regularly, and we'll just choose lach, regularly hunting something. And we, oops. Let me just click this one, post space. And then he is hunting something here. Okay, bisu lachtok. So, you want to say bisu lachtok. He's regularly hunting something. Who is, let's add a teacher. So there's different ways to say teacher, but we'll go with litnaurista. Litnauristka bisu lachtok. And you can click here.
Litnauristka bisu lachtok.
And you can also add more, such as maybe they're hunting some birds, some yakulik. So, what are they hunting? Litnauristka bisu lachtok yakuliknak. He really likes to hunt birds for some reason. And maybe a specific place. Let's say he's at the Yukon River. Yukon, Guikbagami. So this is just, we're trying to share with you the possibilities of Yichtan.com. You can add as much nouns and subjects as you'd like. And like Lonnie, I was really drawn by the rule-based nature of Yichtan. As someone who really enjoys patterns, but I know it's pretty discouraging for a lot of people, so one of our goals was to allow people to generate sentences without knowing any grammar and having a space to hear and engage with the language without judgment. And so there's color coding, and there's the ability also to look up the grammar if you want to just click the words themselves. And we'll go back to here. So this is a day in the life. What we see every day. On the left is the kind of a phone view of what the website would look like. There's the Google Chrome Web Inspector tools, and then the magic happens on the right. That's where the coding is. And as you make changes, it'll update the website in real time. But we don't go straight to programming. Programming takes a long time, and you don't want to spend months coding something and then later find that it doesn't work well and you wasted that time. So before we do that, we always do this design process that I learned at school that we, in a class that was user experience, UX design, through the Stanford Design School. And so I'm going to share a class project that I worked on in that course that eventually inspired Yichtan.com. So one of the early steps for this class project is framing a how might we question. And you start off by doing interviews of people that you're interested in, like Yichtan language learners, and then we framed a how might we question around the needs that we were hearing. So how might we make search for Yupik translations easy and accessible? And this was for generating ideas. We did a brainstorming activity and tried to come up with as much ideas as possible. And one of the ideas that went forward was this Postbase Touch and Go toolbox. The first prototype of Yichtan was literally on pieces of paper like this. And it takes a few minutes to do, but you can have people interact with the pieces of paper on the table. And so we had them press a subject, and then we would I would move over the top portion. And the nice thing about this is you can identify issues or confusion early in the design and see how engaged people are with what you've built. And then we move forward now to a medium quality prototype using a website called Figma, where you can move between frames and let the user interact with the buttons in a way that's a lot more similar to what it would look like on the computer. And so again, we're identifying points of confusion early. We're seeing where they're engaged, like using the color coding here for trying to help them understand grammar, how the grammar is working. And after graduating, I spent about 6 months learning how to code in React JavaScript. And I remember the day when the first word builder started. I cried and I was pretty speechless, and I was just really eager to share and release it. So tomorrow we're going to share like a design exercise in our workshop, and we'll teach you a little bit more about these design activities if you're interested in making language tools yourself. And here's another project, a children's book app called Nachgat, and this is what the prototyping looks like. And this is a picture of that, and I'm going to share a video here too of the example. So here's the library. You can click between books. Has some of the speaker.
Akago gankak. Nickel gut hook ukutakkuil reet. Doi chak nup sikhluten.
So you can click the words for the individual breakdown of the
Akagogan kaachaishi anichtamani piovlochto achaishi. Kaka. Kanchtorillit. Ilain takwamniten ritat. Ilain tanghamchtu alinut. Akagogan kak.
So there's color coding for for the kids, and this was voiced by Adannak Winkleman and her son at home. And the timing worked out because this was released in 2020 when all the kids, everyone was at home on Zooms, so they were able to download this from their iPads at home and hear some of the Yupik and do some of the exercises there. Here's a picture. Oh. Here's a picture of my niece playing with the app when it was being tested. And here's a picture in Napaskak. I had second graders test the apps, and it was very nice, but also really brutal, because the second graders are really honest. If they're bored, they're really honest. But it was fun to test the apps with them. And this was during the big app craze when everyone was wanting to make a new app. Duolingo was really popular, and over time we shifted our goals. So instead of trying to build a language app that would replace teaching at all, we wanted to support teachers rather than, or to support existing teaching efforts. And even instead of the goal of trying to preserve or save the language, it's not the most, I don't wake up every morning thinking, oh, I'm going to try to fight language loss today. And instead we frame it around how can we make these websites more fun, more engaging, more encouraging, and that allows us to stay motivated. Here's a picture from Ayaphun, and at least for me, Yupik hasn't always been positive. Even though I went to Yupik immersion, I felt as an adult that I had lost the language, I couldn't speak. And when I first started the Yukton work, I was extremely self-conscious. I was thinking, oh, I'm not going to be perceived as fluent enough. And I experienced comments that really ignited that anxiety. And I really tried to suppress that feeling of how sad I was feeling. And when you do that, it doesn't work out. I think it doesn't help in society as a man or as a boy. I was taught that your feelings, you shouldn't express your feelings. Their feelings were weak, which is not true. And it was through talking with older educators and being reminded of their encouragement, talking with other friends in the language learning community, and realizing, this is relatable. This is other people. We're all experiencing this together. And also going to therapy. Therapy really helped me to share the feelings that I was suppressing, and so I just want you to know if you're encountering any negative experiences with wanting to reconnect with your language, that you're not alone, and that your mental health is like a muscle. You keep working on it and practicing self-kindness and letting myself know that I'm enough, and that learning just a single word is a big deal. Just one word a day, it's a huge deal. And but yeah, I'm going to switch it back to Lonnie now, who we've been a work partnership now for the last 6 years, and it's really helped in sustaining our work.
So this is a picture of when we first met in 2017. After those apps is when we started working together officially with contract work in 2021. And it's been so much fun, and it's really easy to work together. We have similar goals, we have similar backgrounds, but we also have different skill sets. I'm more detail-oriented. I get stuck in the grammar, and I like working with data structures and servers. And Galak is really good at having a high-level point of view and working on the user experience and front-end programming. And I'm really thankful for him for keeping us on track and getting these websites online. And so when we were building our first project together, we were inspired by other language resources. So when I was studying Japanese, there was a lot of language resources on the internet, and one of those was an interactive subtitles. You could read the transcript on the right and follow along, and even look up words while it's playing. And that made content really fun to engage with. And one of the first contracts Galak and I did together was a small grant through the Alaska Humanities Forum, where we made something similar to this with the radio station in Bethel, KYUK. And so we wanted to show you this cool resource. And so I'll play it. And so as you can see, while the video is playing, the transcript's on the right, and if you click on this bubble, you can get the human translation for this subtitle. And then if you wanted to go into a specific word, you can click on the word and say, oh, they're talking about making fry bread. We all, in order to eat fry bread when I finish, right? So you can sort of parse together maybe what each individual word means, and then see the human translation to like get a bit better view. But this video, she talks about agurak. And so, who likes agurak? Yeah. Later in this video, she mentions Bristol Bay, and so we wanted to play this section for you. And hopefully the audio comes through, okay?
Nasunritan kakang baksala mag atulang lahat. Nasunrita. At ukak kakong napicture mi ko ngayon nakso. Yung nakangilot-tuwa ko na witso na kumumok yung gaya, kikito. Asang hos kami ni akong tat nila ko ito hilo. Kawan ako ito na Pukumwe tapakukui. Pituskungat salam kunasius. Dam supaya tumayo kutuk dapat kusindaku dan sunat dan supaya dapat kusuku masalah mukatan pek. Terus sahabat kemanyanku. Sahabat banyak miskam mukatan tuh kau sunat. Aku suku mau kakluku. Wisnalan kan orang kaklupit. Pinali kan pilipit.
Iya, yuk kenrit lang Pak Mami. Mami.
Ikaw, kaya mo kating kanisalah kanya.
Jalika, asan.
So, pretty cool. And so when I was studying Yupik during grad school, I tried to read one page from a grammar book, Yupik culture book every day. But there was no audio or visual cues, and so if you want to do the same thing, you can use this website as a daily learning resource, and it would be good to like hear and see the elders talking, and to be able to look up the words quickly. Another thing you can do is, if you're not interested in Agurak, I don't know why not, you can click on the video categories. There was a lot of work done to create these video categories, and so you can find videos related to your interests and watch those videos instead. And so when we were finishing up that project, KYUK, the radio station, they published an article about us and really put our name out there as a work partnership. And our success with Yuchtun gave us the huge privilege to work with Dr. Edna McLean on inupakonline.com. Edna is the North Slope Inupiaq dictionary and grammar author, as well as a native Inupiaq speaker herself. And she spent her whole life developing these print materials, and we were lucky to work with her to convert her print material onto an online format that she could approve of. And we're really excited to try new things, expand our capabilities with new projects, and so we were excited to transfer our learnings from Yuchtun.com onto inupakonline.com. And when we were building Yuchtun.com, we could rely on our own feelings and our own thoughts because we're part of the community. But with Inupiaq, we had to work with Edna, and we really wanted to respect her decisions of how she wanted her work to look online. And she was hesitant at first to work with us, but through the prototyping process and iterating on the design, it really established trust with us and in our ability to make these. And also we were able to leverage our knowledge of Yuchtun grammar onto Inupiaq, and so that was, since they're part of the same family. And so it was really fun to see the similarities to Yupik, but also to see where Inupiaq is different. And I really enjoyed working with Edna because she was like all in one. She had the wealth of knowledge of culture and language, but then she can also speak the linguistic jargon with us and understand what we were trying to say to her or what we were trying to get out of her. And so we were really lucky to do that. And so after extending our work to Inupiaq, we had the chance to extend the dictionary work to Tlingit as well. So Tlingit is part of the Na Dene family and is related to Dena'ina. And we were excited to try out new things also. And one of those things was a place names map. They had where people can scroll around and look on the place names, and then you can even open it up and see and hear the audio of the place names around the Juneau area. And in addition to place names, we did grammar work with Tlingit verbs. And then we also put a phrase book that they had online. And so if you're interested in those, you can check those out. And recently, another thing we did was a new thing we tried was through this project through Alaska Institute for Justice. This project focused on translating mental health terms into Yupik, and they wanted to put that online. And so they reached out to us, and we were able to work with them. And it's something we really care about, and it's really cool to see Yupik being used in new spaces, such as mental health, and even creating new Yupik terms for these concepts. And so we wanted to provide support for that. And we think mental health is important, and having visibility for these terms so that everyone can express their feelings in their language. And so now I'll give it back to Galak to talk about what's next for us.
So, like Lonnie was saying, you can learn language through stories. On our next project, we'll be putting a couple hundred of newly digitized Yuktun videos from the 70s and 80s, and we'll share this clip maybe in our session. But it's a Halloween special with John Active, and it's a combination of theater, Yuktun storytelling, and filmmaking, and it's just so fun to see people, leaning into theater and presenting Yuktun in a modern way, even though it was 1980. And I enjoy watching theater and musical theater, and I want to encourage you to find something that, that about native language that aligns with your interests. So if you're someone who likes to watch YouTube cooking shows, maybe you can look into like salmon fermentation techniques, or have some way of connecting it to your interests. Another upcoming project. So when I was in grad school, I took a spoken language processing class, and I wanted to build a speech to text for Yuktun. At the time, my TA, I pitched the project, and the TA told me it was not academically rigorous enough to do as a project. Unfortunately, I listened, and I decided to do a different project. And a few weeks later, the professor pulled me up and asked, like, "Oh, aren't you going to do the Yuktun project?" But at that point, it was already too late. I had already switched. And so I was pretty disappointed that I had allowed sort of what was considered academically valuable to affect what I consider valuable. But we're happy to share that we have been working on a speech-to-text project that is now that is working. And so we'll share a video of it here. This is a video of Lucy Beaver. I run the program on the audio, and this is it generating the Yuktun I guess it's not showing on the screen. Uh-oh. So that's the Yuktun being generated in real time. And so, yeah, we've been working on this. Sorry, it's lagging. Yeah. So the program will generate the speech from the Yuktun, and we are kind of moving towards extending tools to these, AI is kind of a hot topic. It's a little bit controversial now, but I believe that speech to text is something that will assist and help people who want to translate and hopefully speed up the time it takes to do that. And this is something we'll put on yuchtun.com as a tool available to the public. And we're still a little bit on the fence about automatic translation, just because translation is such a creative and political process. But these are questions that are very that we'll continue to think about. And parting words is that one word is enough. These are all the Yuchtun words that we covered today. So if you manage to remember just one of them, you've done a great job today. And this is our last slide. So if you want to come and ask questions or have more questions about the tools and how you can use them, you can come join us after lunch. Doi, Kuyana.
Boyana, that was so wonderful. Can we get another round of applause? Okay, so I have a few announcements, housekeeping. Lunch is here. It's a taco buffet provided by the Galley. It'll be in the old gym, which is the same place that breakfast was at. Bristol-based students, you will be eating in the cafeteria like usual, and then Summit attendees will be at the taco buffet. Student government will be here to help with serving and carrying plates. Elders will eat first. And during lunch, there'll be a shuttle. Hannah Moorcroft will be outside in the Bear Trail van taking maybe a couple trips to the store. So if people want to go on a store run, that'll be happening during lunch. And then we'll be meeting back here at 1:15 for door prizes and breakout session information. So you can come back here to hear about getting to where you'd like to go at 1:30. The breakout sessions start at 1:30. We're meeting here at 1:15 to talk about where to go. And then the last thing is if you're leading a breakout session, so if you're one of our speakers who will be starting at 1:30, if you'll stay here for a little bit while everyone else migrates to lunch, because we'll have Miles connect you with your student government volunteer who's going to help you get to your breakout room. You'll have a little bit of time to set up and then time to eat as well. And there's an activity at lunch. At lunchtime, if you'd like, in the far corner, so not at the entrance, but all the way in the way back on the right, there's a table with corks on them, and then there's some posters that have information. You'll just be able to write a name of someone, like a loved one that you're thinking of that you're carrying with you, and string it on the line. And you'll see it. It's all right in the back, so we'd love it if you would participate in that. You can also write a word in a native language that you've recently learned. So there's that happening during lunch as well, or anytime you'd like. That'll be set up in the far right corner of the gym. Doi.